Lab Addicts Music Group.
What's goody? What's goody? What's good? Boy, Maas, it's hump day.
Lab Addicts
It's
Music Group.
Wednesday. It's your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber, Maas Bill. And it's Wednesday night, and the ladies have taken over the panel. This week's roundtable is in the game of love. Why do titles matter? And before we go any further, we got to give thanks to the Most High for allowing us to make it to another day, to see another sunrise, to see another sunset, and to love on the people that we love. So, yeah, the ladies have taken over the Maas Apeal panel. And the reason that I wanted the ladies here is because I think ladies have more to say about relationship titles than men. And I think these ladies are going to say some things that are going to make some of you brothers out there say some things, maybe even learn some things. But we will see. But me, I'm just here as the moderator. I mean, y'all already know that I'm going to interject what I have to say. But do titles matter in a relationship? Do titles matter? Can you just be with someone and there be no titles? Why do titles matter? I think titles matter more to women than men. Because I think men can be in a relationship and there be no titles and you just enjoy being around someone and you do things with them that you don't do with everyone else. Sometimes when you bring titles into the equation, it messes things up. But we're going to have this discussion tonight. And the ladies that are on here tonight, I mean, I'm pretty sure they have YouTube pages. I'm not sure if they're YouTubers. But we're going to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. I'm single. My name is Maas. And I have a belief that titles don't matter. I don't think titles matter. I think that I can be with someone and enjoy doing things with them, only give them my time that I'm not working, go out with them in public, and no titles are needed because my actions are speaking. I think actions are louder than titles. Now that I've said my spiel on how I feel about titles, I'm pretty sure the ladies are going to have something to say about that. But we're going to bring everybody in here. And we got Cicely, we got Lorraine, and we have Bridget. And we also have Jeanette. Jeanette was on the road, and I just told Jeanette to, when she got home, to join in. So she'll be joining in shortly. But we're going to go clockwise. So we're going to start with Cicely, and we'll let her give whatever introduction she wants to give. I'll step to the background, and then we'll go to Bridget, and then we'll end with Lorraine for right now. So the floor is yours, Cicely.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Cicely. I do think titles matter only at a certain point. I don't think that it's always a good thing to have a title. If you're at the beginning of a friendship, no, titles don't matter. They don't matter at all. It only matters when you want it to matter, when you're ready to take that step. But until then, no titles matter.
Okay, okay. Cicely has said her standpoint. At this point, I may change her mind, but we'll see. So now we're gonna go with Bridget. Bridget, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. So tell everybody about you. Are you single? Are you taken? Are you in a titleless relationship, or do you have titles in your relationship?
Oh, look at that. I like that. Okay. Well, logistically, I am single because I am not married. So, therefore, that is my stance on that. Um, and yeah, I mean, I've been married before, though. I'm divorced. So, um, but I do think that titles matter, but to a certain extent. Like, so there has to be a progression of a relationship for titles to matter.
So does it start as a
Hmm.
friendship and then progress to a relationship, or does it just you meet
Well,
somebody you like them and it's a relationship?
well, in my opinion, I think that you should develop into a relationship. A lot of people jump into what they think is a relationship, and that's a lot of things turn toxic. And when you don't know someone, and you know, the people that meet today and 2 months later they're married. It's just you don't know someone that long. You know, you could be with someone for years and still not know them. But I feel like that there has to be a transition of a relationship. People get into relationships to get into relationships. They don't date then try to have a relationship.
Okay, okay, okay. So Bridget then gave y'all her stance. She thinks the titles matter, but she believes that there's a progression. Oh, Cicely didn't say this, but she's married. Cicely is married, so
I
I'm
am.
pretty sure she
I am
said the
married.
titles matter to her. And so the last lady on the panel for right now is Lorraine, and we're gonna let Lorraine tell a little bit about herself. We should let Lorraine sing, but that's another show. That's another show in itself.
Go
Hello,
ahead, Lorraine. Go
everybody.
ahead
My
and sing, honey.
Lorraine.
Go ahead and sing.
Ah! Yes, I do sing. A little bit about myself. I do sing. I do gospel in the city. I had the blessed opportunities to sing background for a lot of famous gospel artists. Have done some openings for some R&B artists as well. I am divorced as well. I do think that titles matter. As my grandmother used to say, "Why give you the cow if you can get the milk for free?" At the end of the day, and I agree with the other ladies, uh, if we're progressing into something and we're friends, I totally understand that. That's cool. I'm with that. But at some point, you have got to show me some integrity on your end. You have to show me that you want me in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So why not? If you love me in that way and we're in that state in our relationship, why not give me a title? Why is it so hard not to state claim to me?
I think a man can stake claim to you without a title.
No.
No,
No, absolutely not.
no.
It's not possible for. It's not possible for. Well, okay, so when people are in a relationship long enough where it's common law marriage, it's not recognized as a marriage, but they're together.
It may be not recognized as a marriage, but he's going to say, "That's my lady, that's my
That's
girl."
his wife. I mean, that's his. So I'm saying in a business, in because we know that marriage is a business, and
Mhm,
that's what I'm trying to get at is, I mean, what are titles?
mhm.
If I show you my love, then you're my woman. I don't think that you have to.
So
You
If
have
you,
to say what's already known.
but if you're
I
showing
do.
me I'm sorry. Can I ask a real quick question? If you're showing me your love, and I'm your woman, what would you introduce me as?
So, this is my woman.
Mm. Okay,
Well,
titles.
see,
Okay,
now that's
so
where the title comes in too.
let's talk about some business though, because that love is all cute and everything until you get buried and somebody don't have their name ain't on the mortgage. You know, you done built this life with this person, and that title that really does mean something legally uh makes you homeless after you've been live with somebody for 20 years. So yes, titles do matter. And it's some people genuinely don't like to, they don't want to think about marriage, you know, especially if people have been in rocky relationships and things like that and just had a bad experience. I get it. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't call me your special friend on you. Your
Ooh,
mother ain't gonna put me as your special friend on your obituary. And I done gave you babies and spent time with you and all that. That's not gonna work for me.
and
Okay,
see,
okay.
I'm that
I
petty
have
sister. I ain't even putting you in the obituary as a special friend. You just gonna sit right over there and mourn with the
Right.
rest
You
of us
like
up on the second row.
you on the third pew. On the third row.
oh, let me jump in here as a man and say that I've never heard a man say that a
Go
woman
ahead and tell it.
was his special friend. That's not a term that men use. This my woman. This is my lady friend. Yeah,
Mm.
this is who I spend. This is who I spend my time with.
Aaron,
Mm.
Maas.
yes, men do. Men do introduce you as their special friend.
I've
Yes,
never.
they
I've
do.
never. I've
That's
never.
why
No, I would say no. I'm saying like you've never read someone's obituary and it says the special friend. I mean, are you kidding
Wow.
me? I would
Wow.
be. I listen. If I would cut you, I would be cutting somebody. You gonna die twice. Like
You done label me as a special friend, but everybody in the sanctuary, all
That's
350 people,
somebody in the
know
family.
that
That's
I done gave
somebody
you.
in the family that didn't like you.
No,
no, if they
no.
don't like you, you're not even on the obituary.
That's somebody in
Listen,
the family that didn't
no.
like you that said that wasn't his woman, that was his friend. We're gonna put her in there as a special
Absolutely
friend.
not. Because when my brother passed away, she didn't even get put in there as a special friend because y'all should have had this fixed before he died. So it's
Boom.
not my job to add a title to something you didn't do when you was yet still alive. So she sat on that
Wow.
third row and she mourned with the rest of us and everybody. I'm
Right.
sorry.
And then too, and to me, if you don't put a title on, if you there are titles, but at the end of the day, it's still it's juvenile to not progress towards something, and in my opinion, it just when people don't put titles, that means you want to appear to be available, you
Mhm.
know. And it's like if that's what you want, like I tell men, like if that's what you want, that's cool, you know. Cause so let me move on and be free as well, and free for someone who wants the same thing, because ain't nobody has time, you know, especially in our day and age. The older we get, the more we see and people check up out of here. So at the end of the day, like I don't have time to waste because time is fleeting. So
Yeah, you were right about
let
that.
let's keep it cute. Let's keep it cute. Let's do what we gonna say we're gonna do and whatever else, but don't play around because then I'm not a little girl, and you're not gonna play me.
I don't. There
So
are no. There are no little. I'm gonna let everybody know there are no little girls on this panel. These are all grown women. And as we do every night of the week, this is adult conversations. And yeah, we're having an adult conversation tonight about relationship titles.
I love it.
Like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Share this video out, subscribe to the page. Like I said, the ladies have taken over. I'm outnumbered, and I kind of like it. I like it that way because at least
right.
they are going to make me prove my points tonight.
Here goes
If
smoke.
I can prove my points.
Mm.
But We have Jeanette just joined us. Yeah, Jeanette, I wanted you to get home, be safe,
I'm
not be
home.
driving and trying to look into the camera. Now you heard.
I'm
Tell
home.
everybody about yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and how you feel right now. How you feel about relationship titles.
I mean, well, my name is Jeanette, and I'm a grown woman, 55. So I don't care about relationship titles. It's according on what type of titles. You know, that's the
Mm.
thing. What type of titles are we talking about? Like, marriage, of course, that's a title. But you're talking about like boyfriend, girlfriend title.
So really, the only title that matters to you is husband and wife.
Yeah, that's like the main title.
Okay, okay. Now, I I agree with that. I agree with that. And the reason I agree with that is, like I said, is I think the actions speak louder than tons of words. I think my actions are going to speak louder than, I mean, and then, like I said, I don't believe in girlfriend and boyfriend because I'm a grown man. I don't want no girlfriend. You're my,
Mm.
Exactly.
you're my woman. So I don't, boyfriend and girlfriend. Nah, I don't call
What's
women.
that noise?
Who's
Did y'all
eating?
hear that noise?
Eating good
Yeah, I
good.
do.
I think it's, hold on, it's the rain. Hold on, somebody stepped. We got to put on mute. Okay,
Yes.
we'll bring them back in. But I believe that actions speak much, much louder than a title, because somebody can say that you're their girlfriend or whatever, and they can be out here with side pieces and everything. So
I
I don't.
said
The
I about
titles mean nothing.
no,
Actions
no.
really mean something. Like she
You
said, the only title that really matters is husband and wife, because that's when you have a vested interest in everything that each of you all are doing.
And it's a
And
commitment.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think my actions, until I say I want to marry you, I think my actions are much, much louder than a title.
That's true. I agree.
Mhm.
I partially agree. I partially agree.
Because a
I mean, I agree. I
girlfriend
tell
and a boyfriend
right. I do agree.
at over 25 years old, boyfriend and girlfriend,
It's juvenile.
that shouldn't even
Mm-hmm.
be used. So when
Mm-hmm.
I see
That's
people
true.
that are 40 and 50 years old say, "This is my girlfriend, this is my
Mm-hmm.
boyfriend," I'm like,
It's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be a
No,
you're in your
woman.
second or
absolutely
third,
not.
you're in your second or
Absolutely
third childhood.
not.
Your second, third chance. Oh
Do
shoot.
you all agree with that? That 40
No,
and
yeah.
50-year
Listen,
old people saying this is my
no,
girlfriend, and I'm not gonna call anybody my partner.
no.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
But
what I mean
men
by
do.
title.
Men say, "Oh, this is my partner," and men say, "Oh, well, this is my my other half." No, once you hit that certain age, that 30, 35 over, you done playing with the titles. We all grown. I wish somebody would come and say, "Oh, that's my lady." It, everybody will be shut down. I
That's
will not
bad.
put up
That's
with it.
bad for somebody to say that's my lady.
I don't even put my status on Facebook if
No, I
if
don't
I'm in a
like it.
relationship.
My husband is quick to
Hold on,
say, "Huh?
Lorraine. I'm not sure what happened, but yeah, it sounded like some ice was crunching over there. We didn't know what was going on. So
can you hear me now?
hey, I'm ladies. I'm just letting y'all know.
He
I
said some
have I
ice
have
crack.
I have guests. I have guests in the audience, and yeah, their faces is tuned. Their faces is tuned up in some of the stuff that y'all saying over here. I'm not sure if they gonna say anything in the background.
Well, I was. Am I still muted?
No, you're not muted.
Okay, it was something that my sister said earlier about commitment, and I couldn't get it out. That's probably why you muted me. But we were talking about marriage is the ultimate title because it's a commitment. But I think a lot of times, and I hate to play this game, men have an issue with the boyfriend and girlfriend because it puts that title there for you to have to work towards that next step in that commitment.
Y'all
So,
see that hand? Y'all see that finger, man? Yeah, man. Get the finger out the camera. But y'all see the finger. Nail on the head. He agrees he agrees 100% with what Lorraine just said.
I mean, you guys hear
Okay.
boyfriend, girlfriend, and it's like, oh God, I gotta
Give me a
commit to this.
kiss.
What I gotta do next? And it's like you run scared. But if the shoe was on the other foot, you will want us to stake claim to you. So in a sense, titles do matter to you too, because the first thing you will say is you didn't tell him I was your dude, or you didn't tell him we was messing, or whatever title you try to make it out to be, y'all do the same thing.
But my thing is when somebody says, "Well, what are you all?" I'm looking at the woman to see what she says.
But why would you look to
Just
her,
as if,
the leader?
just as if somebody asked me the same question while you were standing next to me. You're gonna look to see what I say, and I'm gonna say, "This is my woman."
Mm.
But if you the leader, regardless of the situation, why you got to look to her, regardless of who you standing in front of? If you should take the lead and we're working towards this title, be the man in that relationship that God created
Why
you
would
to
I?
be, and
But
take that step.
if somebody asked her, why would I step in and answer for her?
You didn't. Okay, you didn't say that at first. Thank you for the clarity.
No, I'm just saying. If the question was asked to the woman, then I'm looking to see what she says. And if the question is asked to the man, you're looking to see what he's going to say. But he can't call you his wife.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't like I said, boyfriend and girlfriend, I'm beyond. I've been beyond that. So and then the thing about it is I'm the type of person that I don't go in public with everyone.
Okay, I'm
If
back.
I'm giving someone,
Okay, I'm back.
if I'm giving someone my personal time outside in public view, then there's something there because I don't go out with I don't take it. I don't take everybody in public because the woman that I'm in public with is a reflection of me, and a reflection don't need no title.
I don't agree with
Okay,
that. I
so I
think
have a question. So,
the reflection could be anything because married men that's out here and it looks real good for the ground, and they out here and got 12 other people on the side. At the end of the day, ultimately, I agree with Janet. Like the ultimate title, but even in that, I'm talking about titles, but that's just surface level. The depth of it is that who remains committed, and but commitment requires like just while both looking at each other, trying to figure out who you are to each other, but yet you spend intimate time together, and you spend and you have certain little things, and you build a bond, and you just y'all still don't know what you are.
But see, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm big on courtship.
Mm-hmm.
I court women. If I'm looking at a woman as a mate, then it's courtship. There's levels.
Exactly.
There's levels to it. So when you hear women say, "I don't want to eat at Olive Garden" or "I don't want to eat at Fridays," there's levels to it. You grow. If a man was starting out taking you to a 5-star restaurant, what does he have to grow to? I don't think there's no appreciation shown. I think as you grow in levels, you see where the appreciation is in terms of a man in courtship. Because I think it builds to the point where you say, "I want you to be my wife." I think asking a woman to be your wife is, I'm not going to say it's the climax of that, because after the climax is downhill. But I think that I think that a man asking a woman to be his wife because that's the title. Wife, husband, wife. That's the only title that really matters. So these other titles that people say before husband and wife, I don't even think that they matter because there's no, to me, and I'm saying this not facetiously because we know that all marriages, 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So the the title of husband and wife, that's an eternal. That's supposed to be an eternal title. That's really the only title that matters. I can say you my girlfriend, or I can say whatever. But unless you're trying to build something, it's all nothing. I think actions, words are words. I think actions. My actions are going to show you that you are something special to me. I can tell you all day, but if my actions don't match what I'm saying, then what is a title? What is a title if there's no integrity in it? A dude says you're his. A man says you're his woman or whatever title it is that you want, that you want. A man says that, but then he got, like she said, he got side pieces.
So,
Mhm.
how would you define yourself if you're stating that you don't necessarily believe in titles? So, if you're out somewhere and say the person you're dealing with is not with you, and if someone that was trying to talk to you would ask you if you were single or if you were dating, how would you handle that?
Me, I'm gonna say that I'm exclusively dating somebody that I'm building with. Exclusively dating. There's only one person that I'm giving my personal time, and I'm building to something. Yeah, I don't have no problem explaining. Yeah, because like I said, I'm not the dude that's taking every woman out to dinner, every woman to the movies, every woman. Yeah, that's not me. If but I can only speak for me. But there are guys out there that they take 5 or 6 women on dinner dates and 5 or 6 women to the movies. Nah,
Hmm.
I don't want to be seen in public with 5 or 6 women.
So, if somebody asks you have a girlfriend, that's the instead of just saying yes or no, that's the explanation that you would give them.
I tell everybody I don't have no girlfriend. I deal with grown women. So basically, I'm
Okay.
saying
And the reason I asked that, and it's funny you say that, the definition of integrity is what you do when nobody's looking. So that's why I asked you, how would you answer that question? Because one of the things that you said is that you're building at its integrity. And I think that that's integrity comes along with that title. If I need to know what you're doing when no one is looking. So if you don't have it in you to put some type of title, I don't understand what it is that we're working towards.
mm,
Facts.
a title makes you know that a man is working towards something. Yes.
Yes,
It's not.
that's
It's
it.
not just the title, though. I mean, because you're not gonna call somebody your girlfriend and you don't treat them in a way. Your
I know
actions
plenty of
don't
dudes
follow
that got
suit.
I know plenty of dudes that got girlfriends.
Hmm.
They say are their girlfriend that is out here smashing. So does the title? What does it? It's about the integrity.
That's what I was saying. Integrity is what you do when nobody's
What?
watching. So that's
But
why I
but
asked
Integrity,
that
but
but
question.
but when I say integrity, a title don't have no. The title does not have integrity. A person's actions is what's the integrity.
Hmm.
Hmm.
true, but it's
What
also
builds trust?
communication from
Does a
that
person
male
does
partner.
a person's words prove trust, or does a person's actions prove trust?
But if your how long are your actions
The
and
action,
what are your actions progress to be? Like, are we going to be talking about, oh, this is my exclusively dating woman, and then that happens for 15, 20 years, and y'all 72. You know what I mean? So
Okay, but
how long does that
what I'm
exclusive?
saying is,
How long does that exclusive?
other than husband and wife, what title matters?
But
You my girlfriend, you my
Exactly.
boyfriend. I mean, that's generic.
Exactly.
That's generic.
Exactly.
That's generic.
Yeah.
To me,
I mean,
it's
it
generic.
is, but I mean,
That's,
but what if you don't get up to that point though? If you don't get to that point of marriage and you're I guess my problem would be we're not moving
Hmm.
and there's not necessarily a title. I don't care for titles, but what if we're just stagnant? We can't be stagnant. It's either you
I
in or
think
you out.
the one thing that we're not talking about in this is communication.
Well, that follows up with it. I mean, you have to have communication. It's just like, um, let's see, YWG. A woman is not my partner, not unless we're in a business together, which is true. But, I mean, most people refer to that other person as my partner, being married or being just single, and that's not right.
YWG said he didn't even call he didn't call the woman that is his wife now his fiance before he got married.
Mhm. Honestly, it'd be to each his own. But for me, I don't feel like I feel like that the type. So this is my thing, and I think I want to say I forget who brought it up earlier. If the shoe was on the other, it almost seems more one sided most of the time, because women do get caught up in what is this, but on the other side of that coin, if a woman is dating a gentleman and he and she treated the this relationship as if it's like and had the talk of my actions are gonna show you who we are, and that man ain't comfortable with that, this will be a different conversation. You know what I'm saying? For me, I think that
Mm-hmm.
we the title does matter, because for me it shows a progression. If you There's a difference between dating someone, being in a relationship with someone, and obviously moving towards marriage. So at the end of the day, whether whoever it is, you there it shows a progression. I don't show up to a job and they exclusively let me work there and just give me a paycheck. I have a title at a job because it means something. You
That's
know,
true.
it means something. There's responsibility with
I didn't look
title.
at it like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a responsibility with title. If you're just out here willy nilly and doing whatever you want, you're freelancing. And
Oh.
if you're a freelancer, if you're a freelancer,
Freelance.
That's true.
that's cool. It's cool if you want to be a freelancer.
Yes,
But every
yes.
That you hit
I
that
want
right on the nose.
a guaranteed check. I don't want nobody. I don't want to just try to figure out if I'm gonna get paid today or get paid 3 months from now. I won't get paid every 2 weeks or every week.
Right,
So
Juanita.
so therefore, titles mean something because it comes with something. And yes, actions and integrity can mean all of the above. And even with titles, there could be some messiness. But at the end of the day, for someone to intentionally not give a title, I think that that's where the line that's the line in the sand. It's like it's cool if you have your stance, but for you to just be like, yeah, I just don't believe in them. And to me, I think it's a scapegoat for the lack of commitment.
You
Okay,
said a
okay.
Yeah,
mouthful.
yeah. So,
You said a
Before I
mouthful.
before I
so
answer
here's
that,
the question: what about love?
before I answer that, YWG said a man's time is valuable, and if he is with you most of the time, then you are special.
Lies.
And no,
Lies.
No,
Super,
no,
super
no,
lies.
absolutely
the
not.
last
Super
one is
lies.
no,
No,
no, no,
Super lies.
no.
no.
Okay,
That's true.
okay, okay.
That's just like somebody tell you they love you.
Okay. Next comment. Next comment. Juggernaut said Commitment is determined by communication and an understanding between each other.
Lie number two.
Oh, oh
No,
no.
no. I'm just kidding. Look, communication is important,
What?
but communication doesn't show commitment, though.
No, communication doesn't. Only thing
Okay.
communication does is say, even with communicating, people get the misconception and don't even know what the definition of communication is. People talk
Okay,
at each other and not
I'm
with
gonna
each
ask
other.
this question. I'm gonna ask this question, and this is to each of the ladies that's on the panel, and to all of the ladies that's in the peanut gallery. Y'all ladies, the ladies in the peanut gallery going wild tonight, but all the ladies in the peanut gallery as well, the co-signing everything that these ladies are saying. What title other than wife matters? What title other than
That's the
wife
only
matters?
thing that matters.
That's the only thing that matters to me.
Like,
Okay, so what do you want a man to call you when you all are in a friendship that has progressed to a relationship that has progressed to the point that you want to be with this person for the rest of your life? What do you want to be called prior to that? Because y'all don't like lady.
you will
Y'all don't like a man saying this
call
my
me by
lady.
my first name.
Huh?
Call me by my first name. Period. I'm your wife. You supposed to treat me as
The
such.
question ain't for you.
That's what. Yes, that will be my best friend. Yes, that will be the progression. But no, you treat me as your wife. You call me your wife.
Yo, how but call you your wife. I said other than wife
Mm.
before the man
He was
puts a
spit. The
ring
Bible
on
Yes,
it.
says,
but
the
that's
Bible says, if you
it.
speak it, it shall come to pass. Sis said that you gonna speak it and call me
Oh,
your wife, and I'm gonna claim it right now. But in the name of Jesus, I get where she was going with this. I
Oh,
come on,
understand.
I didn't mean that.
come on,
Oh no,
come on.
I'm not gonna let that. I'm not gonna let that go. If there's no ring, if there's no ring on your finger, you're not my wife.
Exactly.
So
I
I'm
agree.
asking y'all. I'm asking them, since titles matter and
It
titles
don't
show
matter.
progression. What title other than wife do y'all want?
I'm okay with that's my woman, that's my lady, my
Mhm.
boo, my
My
any of
baby
the above.
girl.
Just remain consistent on what you do, honey. Because if you get to
I don't
stuttering,
have
we
to have a title.
Minnie Minnie Mouse said, if there is no title, a guy can do whatever and then say, we don't have no title.
boo.
But he
That part.
but he can say
Facts.
whatever.
That's a
He can
boy.
say whatever.
That's a boy.
Yeah, and that's where I do agree with. I feel like there's a level of maturity, obviously, because I totally agree. Because when I'm thinking about my significant other, I'm like I don't want to call him my boyfriend because he's not a boy. He's a
Right.
he's a full grown man.
He's my
However,
man.
I think
My man, my man, my man.
right. I just feel like that's semantics, though. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we have a relationship. If you look up the definition of a boyfriend, a girlfriend, lady, woman, blah blah blah, you know, there, at the end of the day, it's not about what you necessarily call me. I know I'm not your wife, but if you so happen to call me your wife, hey, listen, one, as women, we're gonna operate differently. We're gonna pour more into you. But if you tiptoeing around on what you want to call me,
Right.
you're gonna get some tiptoe action. 'Cause
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, I'm real. It's real. You know.
I'm gonna get to your comment. I'm gonna get to your comment, Minnie Mouse, but I gotta go back up here too. There's some comments up here. Dang. YWG said, I'm gonna let y'all read that. I'm not gonna say it. But I'm gonna let y'all
Yeah,
read
women
that
want
one.
to be called if y'all a smash and raw dog.
What y'all call that?
That's a different arena.
YWG said, "Why would I call you my wife if you're not my wife?"
Mm,
Oh my God.
Lord Wise
I'm
said,
done.
"Any title that says committed, girl, girlfriend, partner, title plus backed up action." I don't think
I'm I'm with you, Laura.
action. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I'm with Laura. Hmm.
Here we go. Here we go. It's a whole lot of co-signing tonight, y'all. It's a whole lot of co-signing tonight, but
One of these comments just wore me out. Lord, why? She said, Mr. Clarence, LOL. We know what Mr. Clarence has come to do and be LMAO. My grandmama had Mr. Little Buddy.
Mr. Clarence.
Mr. Clarence.
Hold on. Who is Mr. Clarence? Hold on.
Hey, because he said, "What you want me to call when you smash?"
Listen, my grandma had Mr. Little Buddy. I just would never forget it.
Mr. Charles, but Mr. Charles was working. Mr.
Right.
Charles, Mr.
Why
Charles
Mr.
might not
Charles
have been
over
the best.
here?
Mr. Charles might not have been the best looking man, but Mr. Charles was coming through with that money when Mr.
Honey,
Hey,
but
Charles
Mr.
was ready to
Charles
put it
made
at
sure I got my first cabbage patch, so he was okay with me.
you. Yeah, ain't no more Mr. Charles. Cause the dudes that y'all pick,
Woo.
is y'all Mr. Charles is in y'all living room playing Xbox.
No,
That's Mr. Charles.
no.
Mr. Charles now is the dude that's in your house
Oh
waiting
my
on you
God.
while you at work, and he's at your house.
That's them.
Babysitting.
What they calling them YNs. That's what they do. I don't think none of us on this panel. We are grown women over here. We
That's
ain't nothing doing that.
2025, Mr. Charles.
No,
yeah, Mr. Charles, he didn't make it in 2020.
and Mr. Charles didn't make it to
Mr. Charles
2025.
didn't make.
Right.
Hold on, Mr. Charles didn't make. Oh my God.
They're not out there. They are not
YWG
out there.
said. YWG said he can do whatever he wants, title or not.
But that's in any relationship, marriage too. You can't go into it thinking the negative. You have to go into it thinking the positive. That's just life. We was born into a life where stuff is going to happen. You can't control that. So you can't live your life day to day worried about what a person's going to do. For me, example, I'm not going through your phone. I'm not about to go knock on her door. I ain't doing none of that at my age. Sweetheart, if you can do it and you can get him, guess what? God bless you and you can have him. I'm not
Mm,
doing that at
mm.
all. Not at
Okay.
all, sis. You can have it. No,
I had a
ma'am.
poll tonight. And it says, "Do titles matter in a relationship?" 41% of people said yes, titles matter. 59% of people said no, titles don't matter in a
I'm so
relationship.
disappointed.
Hmm.
But it's this new generation. That's just like the 50-50, but
No,
that's a
no, no,
whole
no,
nother
no. We're not talking
that's
about
a
the
whole
new
nother
generation. We're talking about the people in the adult conversations with Maas chat, older
Mm,
folk. There's some
mm.
young people that do watch me, but yeah, like I said, I'm your favorite YouTuber. And we grown folks over here. So that's 17 grown folks, and 59% say no, a title does not matter. And there's more ladies that watch than men.
59%. I'm so disappointed in y'all.
and that's probably yeah, that
Honestly, it's to each his own. At the end of the day, if it doesn't matter to you and you're in a relationship with that other person should understand in the beginning, what the expectation is.
Laura
oh,
Wise, Laura Wise, the author of Bougie Bitch. I can't think of the last word, but the author of Bougie Bitches said it's a marriage, not a baptism. The marriage won't change a person. You have to invest in a person and relationship because you want it and it's mutual. I I agree with that.
Mm,
I agree with that. And if y'all want to read Laura Wise's book, it's on Amazon. Google it. She'll probably send you a copy of it if you have to send her the money cash up. She'll send you the book elsewhere. Laura Wise is an author, and most of her books kind of
I
beat
gotta
men
look
up.
it up.
But that's Laura Wise. Check her book out, y'all.
I gotta look her up.
So do y'all agree, ladies? Do y'all agree with Laura Wise? She said it's a marriage, not a baptism. The marriage won't change a person. You have to invest in a person in a relationship because you want it and it's mutual.
That's true.
That she's correct. And the marriage
That's,
won't change a person, and half the time baptisms won't either. So I agree. I agree with what she said.
Ooh, that's a word. That's a word.
I'm just saying.
Ladies,
Mhm.
y'all. I think I'm still gonna be undefeated after this debate tonight.
Is that what you
Yeah.
thought?
I think I'm still gonna be. I think I'm still gonna be. People agree. She said she agrees. I'm still gonna be undefeated tonight. Law wise, you do beat up on me. Hold on. I'm a, hold on. Let me get Laura Wise book. Ladies, titles don't matter. Titles do not matter.
it don't.
Well, unfortunately, that would lead to people just out here just running amok. Mm.
I have had several
Well,
ladies.
by 2025, just gonna blow up. Just,
I have had several ladies on my show. I
mm,
love the ladies, and this is Bougie Bitch Poetry by Laura Wise.
that's what's up.
Yeah, for you ladies that are
Nice.
bougie, and I've also had Lydia Lipscomb on here, and her book is titled "If My Vagina Could Talk."
I gotta read that one.
So those are books for you ladies out there. I always pick up the ladies, and we got Laura Wise with Bougie Bitch Poetry, and we got Lydia Lipscomb with "If My Vagina Could Talk." Because I'm about women's empowerment. I'm about women's empowerment. But
So Aaron, you say titles don't matter, right?
titles don't matter.
Okay, and I want to give an analogy.
The only title that matters is wife, husband.
Okay, so we're talking about titles, correct? Doesn't matter. Titles doesn't matter. Remember, you said that, right?
Okay,
So,
Don't be afraid. No, relax.
what I get myself into. Okay,
would
Relax.
you allow a janitor to perform your heart surgery?
Mm.
come on now.
It's a
No,
question. No, no,
no,
no,
I'm not gonna.
no, 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 no. We're having a conversation. Work with me. Would
So
you allow? Because I'm going somewhere with this. It hit me, and he didn't tell you guys. I'm a licensed therapist, so he picked the wrong person. Would you allow a janitor to perform your heart surgery? Simple yes or no.
no,
Why not?
he's a janitor and not a doctor.
Okay, and that's because of what?
You put a
His
title on
title.
And what did he have to do to get that title? It didn't matter he had the bachelor's. It didn't matter he had the master's. It didn't matter he had anything after that. It was a build up to get to that title, correct? So he had these titles in between that he had, but without that bachelor's, without that master's, without that doctorate degree, he would have never been Dr. So and so. So each of those little titles in between there mattered to
Mm.
get to the bigger title. But remember, titles don't matter. So why
What
would you
about a
not
man?
let that
What about
janitor?
a
Why
man
would
who
you
didn't
not
go
let
to
that
college?
janitor? Why would you not let that janitor perform your heart surgery? You just said titles don't matter. And if we're just doing everything in integrity, he's a good man. He got great integrity. We know he's doing great things when nobody's looking, but you won't let that man
Okay,
perform that surgery because he's a janitor and he doesn't have the title of a doctor, and
hold
he
on.
went through those classes to get to where he needed to be to become that doctor. And everything in between there, all of those little titles mattered to get to that ultimate title. The same with the boyfriend, girlfriend, you my lady, to get to that marriage. It got to be that little pieces in between that matter to get to that ultimate step.
Are you done?
Yes.
Are
Yes,
you done?
ma'am.
Hold on. Are you done?
I just asked a question.
Are you done? Are you done? I just asked you. You said a whole lot, and I got about 10 words, and I'm gonna destroy that.
Yes, sir.
Are you done? Okay. Now I would let that janitor clean my house because he's an expert at cleaning.
It is a difference.
Now, if he was a doctor and his title was doctor, heart doctor, then yes, I would let him perform this
That's
surgery.
not the question I asked you. See, now you're taking
Oh,
it to twist it.
I let you talk. I let you talk for 5 minutes in speed talk, and I didn't interrupt you.
I'm through.
I would let that janitor clean my house because his title is janitor. His title was not doctor. So no, he's not a doctor. So I would not let him perform anything medical on me. Now, as I progress that to the titles that we're talking about, would you smash your girl or your man? Would you smash your man raw or would you smash your husband raw?
Mm.
I am ready to jump in. Can I please?
Go. We
Would
pick
you
you
smash your man raw or would you smash your husband raw?
because what you just did was conformed
I
everything
didn't
I said to
conform nothing.
fit
I
the
didn't conform
narrative.
nothing. Titles matter. And I said, would you smash your man wrong or would you smash your husband?
Oh
I,
gosh.
Yeah,
I
crickets.
to be fair, I'm gonna think that there's a lot of people in this world that smashes people that have no means to have a future with them, raw or protected. So having sex is something different unless you have something meaning to it. You can have casual sex and that's irrelevant to the game of love. You don't have to love someone to have sex with them. You can just
Okay,
have sex.
okay,
You can have sex with them
okay.
to get a satisfaction. But
And titles
Mm.
titles mean nothing in terms of love, and you can have a title for satisfaction.
what I'm saying,
What
what
I
I'm
what
saying.
I'm saying is a title can you can have you can have a title for same thing.
So what I would like to say is this: we want to. I forget the exact point, but basically men in particular, well, I go say it, people in relationship and dating want the title benefits. Okay, so you want me to treat you, or people in relationships want that level of commitment. They want the responsibility, they want the treatment of being in a committed relationship, but they don't want any title.
That's
And
all.
if for me I feel like that's a disservice, because if we're working towards something, if you're casually dating, then none of it matters,
Okay,
to be honest.
you
if
all
you if
also
you if you're casually dating, nothing matters. But if you are saying, hey, I like you enough that I will spend time with you more often, but then and as you're progressing towards that relationship, you want the benefit of having a commitment where I'm giving you this, I'm treating you like this, I'm spending
everything that
time with you
all of
like that.
everything that all of you women have said is saying that actions mean more than a title. Everything you ladies are, all of you ladies are saying that actions mean more than a title. All
No,
of y'all.
That's not
it's
what we
not. It's
said.
not. No, that's not what
That's
I'm
not
saying.
what we
What
said.
I'm not saying that at all, because if the actions were absent, I'm not gonna call nobody anything. If you have given me no actions, what I'm saying is that it is it is correlated. If we're building toward, like I said, if we're just casual, like you go here, I go there, we go here, we're going all over the place and we're being with all kinds of people. But if me and you, we're trying to be exclusive and we're trying to work towards something, then I expect that there's something that's going to come on that end, and it's going to be
It's gonna
not.
be it's gonna be communication. It's not no title. It's communication in
No,
action.
it's not. No, I can communicate to a therapist. I ain't got time to be messing around. I mean, seriously.
Come see me,
You
sis.
say,
I got you. She
okay,
can
you
communicate
saying
to
that
me.
you're saying
I
that communication doesn't matter.
I feel like it's some old hocus pocus that people try to do when they don't want to commit.
Hocus pocus is hocus pocus is a motherfucker telling you you his girlfriend. That's hocus pocus. Actions. I think actions speak much louder than a title.
You can be showing me, but here's the thing: you can be showing me all the actions in the world and still stringing me along because we don't have that title.
Mm.
Lord Wise said, Lord Wise said,
That's true.
actions without a title or the refusal of a title is just confusion. If so, a man can get into VIP without a pass.
Facts.
I agree. Because you can be showing us every action in the world. Oh, you can be showing and just be stringing me along with no intention. And then
I'm
for you to
ready.
tell
Mm-hmm.
me after I've wasted my time to say, but we didn't just there was no title. We was whatever. But you showed me all these good old actions
Okay,
with no title.
okay. Now we didn't get back to titles. Now I have asked this 4 times, and none of you ladies have answered this question yet.
I
What
have.
title? What title other than wife is good for you? Since title
You've asked me. You've asked us.
the reason I'm asking this is because all of you have said that titles matter, and I'm asking you, what title other than wife means something?
Oh, I believe I did answer that question. I said lady, woman, boo. Um,
The other lady said that they don't. My cousin Cecily said that she will fight a dude if he called her his lady.
I mean, she has
Lorraine said
so.
Lorraine said that she need a title because a title, actions with no title don't mean nothing. Jeanette, she agreed with me, so Jeanette is exempt.
Mm.
And Bridget, what title?
Oh, I
I
think
don't want the jargon. I
it,
don't want the rhetoric.
it don't have to be one. And I think that it's the connotation that comes with it. It's like you don't, you know, you're not gonna call me your girlfriend because I'm not a girl. So I mean, I think that that's just semantics. But if a man that I'm with and we're moving towards something, if he called me his girlfriend, I'm not gonna be upset. It's interchangeable. I could be your woman, your lady, your girlfriend. It's something because it means something. But if you saying I'm your friend, oh, I got friends all over. I don't have sex with my friends. I don't go. I don't.
YWG said no.
I don't have sex with my
Spending time and money on a woman means she is important.
lies. Men, people spend money on hookers. So does that mean that they're some
All money spent
money?
ain't good money spent.
They
I will
they
say that.
The title is
they spend
control.
time in
This
the club. So
Pontoon Jody said, I don't want a title. A title means control.
fact.
She
mhm,
likes her freedom.
It does. It does. If you're not a wife or a
Not a
husband,
wife.
it is control.
mhm.
Pontoon Jody said, I don't want a
A
title.
wife or a husband, it's
A
control.
title means control. I think Jeanette dropped off. Oh, no, she didn't.
Keyword she said he or
Title
she
means
said.
control.
Keyword he or she said. I want my freedom. Freedom is the key word. Freedom. So if you want your freedom, then we need to just go ahead and be friends and be free and not be in a relationship that's committed with some type of title building to marriage.
And what title? I'm asking again. What title, Lorraine?
I like my sis said, either lady, my girl, something along that lines.
When I said when in the beginning of this conversation, when I said y'all said what you did introduce people to, I said this is my lady, this is my woman, this is my woman. Y'all put me on the y'all carried me to Jordan.
You said that?
Yes, and y'all carried me to Jordan.
I don't recall.
Oh,
Yeah, you said that, but you also in the same breath said that you don't believe in titles. So
Right.
why would you say that that's my woman if you don't believe in titles?
You
You would
asked
just
me what
you
I mean.
hold on,
What I'm
you
saying.
you you would just say this is Mary. Hi y'all. This is Mary. Mary, that's y'all. Hi.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
am I trying to get the side eye and not get no loving when I
Well,
get
why
home?
would you
If I
why
say
would you
something,
do why
come on now,
why would you do that?
what man is gonna say that?
But no, but why would you do that? Because your actions, like you said, your actions have already shown how
Who is she?
you love her,
Who,
right?
who is she to you? Hey, Maas, who is she to you? Oh, this is Geraldine.
Exactly. Because you don't believe in titles. Because
Right.
your
Oh,
actions no no
oh,
no no no
oh.
no. Let's pivot back to what you said. You said that your actions are what's gonna show up, right? So if you Geraldine, if you just say, hey y'all, here's Geraldine, and then be like, Geraldine, there's Paul. And then be like, your Geraldine should not be side eyeing you because you have just treated her like the biggest, the best thing that's sliced bread. So Geraldine understands. Geraldine understands. So you say as your woman because you know how important the title is. Come on there, Miles. Don't play me. Don't play us,
I
ladies,
said she's
baby.
my woman because I know how important the title is.
Don't say
Oh,
that.
my actions speak louder than a title.
Don't say it.
My
And
actions,
quiet
my actions speak louder than a title.
and quiet is kept. It again. It's about semantics. But I think what we're referring to in relation to a title is about the meaning of a relationship, not necessarily the title in itself. It's about what does that title mean. You know what I mean?
I don't hold hands and kick hands with my friends.
Exactly. Exactly. But
I
go
don't
on and
hold
say
hands.
Geraldine though, because you
I
don't
don't.
want to call nobody your woman
I don't hold
since
hands.
she's your wife.
Mike died, but I don't hold hands and kick cans with friends.
What?
Mm.
Well, won't you just say dating? This is my
Oh,
date.
the mic died. I mean, the speaker died. Oh yeah.
Just say this is my date.
There you go.
I mean, if y'all, messing around, having sex, just say this is my date. I mean,
What? Oh my God, Eric Jerome Dickey. I'm Eric Jerome
my
Dickey,
date.
so I'm Eric Jerome Dickey.
Because I think in talking to us, where you feel to realize as a man what you've done, when you asked us that question, you asked that question three different ways. That's why I was confused because the first
Hold on.
time when you asked, you said, "What title are we trying to get to?" Then you said, "What title matters the most?" Then you came back and said, "What title would we like to be called?" or something to something to that point. So you in some of our conversation, and this is no slight to you, you have double talked yourself. And no offense, but a lot of men do that when we're trying to explain. You guys listen to respond versus to listen to gain the understanding.
Okay,
You're
okay.
asking us a question and want us to give you the understanding piece, but you're listening to give a quick response because guys feel that we are so emotional. We're emotional creatures. Yes, we are. That's who God created us to be. But in that, you men don't know how to listen to gain the understanding. If I'm telling you I want a title, don't just jump to respond. Give us an opportunity to explain why. Give us an opportunity to tell you why this does matter and why this matters to me. Because if we're trying to build or you got these actions that want to go along with how you feel about me, we're going to work up to that. Give me that respect and let me explain to you why I feel a title is important versus to be so quick to respond. Listen to gain that understanding. And you've done that to us tonight as well. But it's okay. We still love you.
Who me?
Yes.
He said, "Who me?"
I have not
Well,
cut one. I have not cut one lady off in anything
It's
that you
not about
are.
cutting off.
Look at you hopping over top of me now. I have not cut one lady off tonight. I have not said anything out of the, you know, anything wild. Only thing I asked you all was what title, and I listened to gain some understanding, as the other men in the chat have done as well. Because it's about understanding. Because nobody wants to be old and alone. So the reason we have these conversations is that both sides can learn. And what I have learned from you all is that titles didn't matter. Titles mattered, but the title that I said in the beginning, my lady, my woman, yeah, y'all took me to Jordan. Y'all carried me. It wasn't a word. And now we come full circle, and now those are the words that y'all want to be called. So, I mean, I will take the ridicule, but I stand here saying that I'm still undefeated in these debates with men and women.
We love that for you.
Delusional.
Delusional must be your biggest trait.
I'm 11. I'm 3,723 debates. 1-0 lost. I'm joking with
But
y'all. I'm joking with y'all. 'Cause y'all look at
hey, listen, man, I'm
But
about to say
before we
when
go
you're
any,
the only judge, I guess you will win every time. I get it.
hey, it's my show. I'm the judge. I win. Now
Right.
I'm joking. I'm joking with y'all. I'm joking. I'm
It's
joking.
all good. It's all
But
good.
before we go any further, Lorraine, you know it. You can't. We couldn't have a show on here with you on here. You couldn't give us 8 bars. We couldn't
What?
have. We couldn't. You think I was gonna have you come on here? And I know you got pipes like Mahalia Jackson.
That is
And I'm
embarrassing.
not gonna say, can I get 8 bars? I'm 8 bars of anything you want to sing, and then we'll continue the conversation because yeah, once they hear your voice, it's gonna be about 50 people in this chat.
Well, but I'm a gospel girl.
James Cleveland,
I James Cleveland.
Andre Crouch,
Andre, what the grouch?
Andre Crouch. I'm saying all old gospel singers. I don't really know nothing about this new age gospel. I know about the old gospel.
Um, 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 a change, a change has come over me. He changed my life, and now I'm free. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. That's
Yes,
all.
right.
Yeah, just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just put the pipes on display, and y'all can catch Lorraine in Cincinnati at somebody's church every Sunday. She is at somebody's church singing every Sunday,
Every single Sunday.
right here in Cincinnati, Ohio, Westchester, and the surrounding
And
areas.
the surrounding areas. Amen.
But yeah, but just because I'll let you ladies win tonight because Lorraine, yeah, Lorraine's voice, she won the debate for y'all. But men, women are confusing. Hold on. The ladies will beat there. The ladies are still here to be looked at, but they on mute for a second. Ladies are beautiful and confusing. They will say something that's bad in the beginning, but all the while, it was the perfect words to say. Tonight, while we've been talking about titles and their importance in relationships, I said that I don't really call titles. I say this is my woman. And I say that, my actions speak for that. But in the beginning, woman, this is my woman. It was not a good answer. But as usual, in the confusion of women, my woman is now a great answer. And I stand undefeated. And I'll let the ladies with their sour faces back into the chat. Where I'm probably going to get cussed out one by one. But I'm here for the smoke. Ladies, y'all back.
We'll let you live in your delusion. It's fine.
You have to meet
Oh my,
first.
I'm delusional now.
Just about the undefeated thing. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So fellas, When you're with someone and you're giving her your time in a public space, say she's your lady, say she's your woman, she's your significant other. But if she ain't your wife, don't call her your wife.
I do agree with that.
I think that wife is the ultimate. Wife is the only title. Can we agree on that, ladies? The wife is the only. We not going. Y'all not going to agree with me on that.
Yes.
But would not agree with that.
Rain looks like she's not going to agree with me with nothing on nothing tonight.
Juanita said you need to sit on
You
somebody's
need to sit
couch.
on someone's couch.
Lean Mouse. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Let me put the link out here. If there's any
Why
other
you
ladies,
shower?
or
Why you
if
showering?
there's
You
any
watch it.
if there's any fellas or any ladies that want to come up here and interject in this conversation,
Uh-oh.
there's the link.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, it's gonna get
Oh,
juicy.
yeah.
Fellas up here.
That's right.
We have given the ladies. I had to take the charger cord out of the speaker while Lorraine was singing because we didn't want no static
Sorry.
while those pipes were blowing.
Mm.
And we didn't ooh wee, ooh wee.
We need
But
some men in the panel.
Sugar and I said, what about fiance?
It's a title that matters.
If there is a ring that you have,
That
like, hey, will you marry me? Yeah, that's what you are by definition. You when you put a ring on someone's finger and ask, "Will you marry me?" Not, but you ain't quite there yet. That's what it
Sugar
is.
and I said, but you're still. He said, but you're still single.
That's what a finance is. Yeah, technically, until you get until that. Listen, marriage is a logistical transaction. It means something. Now that's the ultimate meaning because it does mean some things.
It's a transaction.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is a transaction.
there's a lot to do with
We're,
that.
we're in this transactional era of dating, and the ladies have said this.
Everything is a transaction.
No, what I'm saying is this: when you like, you have to get a marriage certificate. There has to be someone. You have to have witnesses there. You and whether you go in front of just a judge or you decide to have a big wedding, you have to have people there that witnesses your signature on a marriage certificate. And for you to get, if you so happen to get divorced, you can't just be like, hey, yeah, I don't like you no more, let's move on. You can't do that. You have to also go in front of a judge again. you
In
know
in Maryland, in Maryland, I'm
hmm
not possibly Virginia as well. You have to be separated at least a year
hmm
or you can file for divorce.
yeah, in Kentucky
You gotta
it's
try to work it out.
yep. I think Kentucky makes it, I want to say 18 months in Kentucky.
18 months that you
I,
have to be separated.
yeah, I think so. Well, it might be 12. I can't remember. I've
What
been
is it in
divorced.
Ohio? What is it in Ohio?
I need to look that up.
How long do you have to be separated in Ohio before you can file for divorce?
Shoot, when
I
you
don't
done,
think.
you done. Why you gotta wait?
Yeah, I don't think when I went through I didn't have a period that I had to be
I didn't
separated.
either. I didn't have a period.
Kentucky and Ohio, there may not be a period, but Virginia
It's
and
no
Maryland,
period in Kentucky
you have to be separated. Well, 6 months. You have to be separated 6 months in Kentucky.
to get a divorce. I've never heard that.
Because the, it business wise they want you to stay together because that's a delusion. If you go through a divorce, then it's you got to split the funds and everything has to be dissolved. So it's better to not have a divorce. It's better for you to work it out and to stay.
YWG said you don't have to get a certificate. Okay.
Wow, Sugar Not said if you put an article in the newspaper for 30 days, and nobody replies, you're free. This dude is crazy. This dude
Mm.
is
I think
crazy.
I
But
think it's 30 days. So
Well,
this
I
is
must
60
say,
weeks.
as a person who is, he ain't
Yeah,
lying.
Juanita's right because if you don't have any kids with that person, you don't have to wait to get a divorce.
Right.
like that,
That was the
I
first
like
person
that
said
in
we have no
Virginia
children
and
together.
Maryland.
Now, what I believe, like if you want it uncontested, you have to wait for a certain. But if you want to fight, you go ahead and do what you got to do. But if you want it uncontested, basically you've shown that you know, try to work it out or whatever, that basically it's irreconcilable. That's the amount of time. But if you want to go to court and fight, go back and forth, and in Kentucky they make you go through parenting classes if you do have children that are under 18. So you have to do all of that before a judge will even grant you a divorce.
With all these things these ladies are saying, you got to be serious about who you marry.
Oh yeah, for facts. I got married too young. I mean, yeah, that was a bad choice, but
I've heard that. I've heard that a lot. That people feel that they got married too young.
mm,
I got married fast. He wanted it. It was way too. It was too fast, and I knew it. It was way too fast.
Wow. YWG looked it up. In Kentucky, a divorce can be completed in a minimum of 180 days. The state has residency requirements that require the spouse filing for divorce to have lived in Kentucky for at least 6 months. Georgia is 30 days from when the papers are served. Wow. Hey,
and
some
again,
places.
I think that does make a
I
difference
think
if it's an uncontested divorce. If you have, like, my ex husband was in prison, so I took advantage of that and got up through her. But
Oh,
he wouldn't have divorced me. He wouldn't have divorced me if I. So we would have went back and forth and had to go through all the rigmarole to get divorced.
And mine was a disillusion, and he tried to fight it, but we weren't even married for Jesus. We didn't even live. It's a whole story behind it, but we didn't even live in the same house. So I was able to show where we never cohabitated together, and I was able to get out of mine because he was going to try to contest it, but there was nothing
he
to
was going to try
contest
to contest your
because
annulment?
he was going. Yeah, he was going to try my. Yeah, he wouldn't get an
Men
annulment.
fight for love.
Um, what you say?
No, they fight for
What you say?
ego. They fight
men,
for ego
That's what it
and
men
was. It
fight
was
for
the.
selfishness.
It was.
love.
They fight for ego
It
and
was the ego.
selfishness.
Girl, ego, selfishness,
They,
you name
they
it.
don't they don't
So
want
yeah,
they just don't want, they want to be with everybody else, but they don't want you to be with anyone else. See, you see how that goes.
come on
Is that what
now. Come on.
is that what Cardi B and Offset are doing?
Boom. Yeah, he wanted to be with the world, but soon as, boy, his little feelings got a little touched, didn't he?
He said he
His,
gonna he said
he got
he said he gonna
he
kill her.
he don't have them boxes on today. Them are panties.
Hey, hold on now, hold
They
on.
are in a wide. They are
Hold
straight
on,
up his crack,
hold on now.
and I love that for her. I
Ain't
love that for her.
crazy about no
I
man.
hope they.
it goes back to my original thing. I said they can give it, but y'all can't take that
I
same pain to
I
say
hope I hope she
your
posts a picture with him every day for the rest of this year. Every day,
Hold on.
every day.
and I hope he walking around here just as bow legged and
Boom.
mandingo as he want to be,
Absolutely. They need to come out with matching
walking
outfits
around the
next.
house
They
swinging.
need to come out with matching
We just
outfits next. I
swinging
promise you.
I
That's
don't know
gonna
about
set
this
it
lady.
all the way
with
off.
and matching outfits with the
I don't
Mia,
know
shoes.
about this lady.
ooh,
I don't know about this lady.
ooh.
I don't know about this lady takeover. I
By
don't know.
July 1st, let's have some family photos. Yes, Lord.
I don't know about this lady takeover no more. I don't know. We might not.
Yes, Lord. Why?
I'm just
Why?
joking with y'all. I love having the ladies on here.
It's
Y'all get a whole
good.
different
It's good when the men do it. Why can't we do it? That should be one of your titles.
perspective. Juggernaut said y'all siding with the one who drugged men and stole their money.
I ain't siding with nobody.
Who?
We
Cardi
ain't talking.
B.
I have nothing. My feelings ain't based on her
Boom.
character at
It's
this
sure
point. I'm
not.
not looking at
Wow.
none of that. I'm not looking at her
All,
character.
Wow.
all, all I know is
We all got because here's
he
the
publicly
reason.
messed with.
We all got a story.
Exactly.
We all have
Yes,
a
we do.
story. So I'm not here to judge nobody's character. I'm laughing at the results of what happened because he thought he could play the game and realized he got the game played on him. I don't care about her character at this point. We can't look at her character because everybody has a past.
Hmm.
Okay.
Her character has nothing to do with this situation.
Hey, even a robber needs some sympathy at some point.
Yeah, especially when she,
The robber, the
es- e-
Jezebel, the whore,
especially
the
when she
harlot.
gets played in front of millions of people by somebody that she's supposed to be married to. Yeah, I think the robber got off really good this time. Uh,
The robber, the adulterer, the baby mama, whatever you want to call her. That ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with this situation. I'm loving this for her.
mhm.
Wow. The ladies are y'all here for all the smoke that Offset is getting, huh? Every day. Post a
Yeah,
picture post a picture every day of his son with the same braids as a
he
new man.
he didn't care when he was messing around with them girls right in front of her face.
Juggernaut said character matters always.
Does it?
Character matters always.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt
Oh my goodness.
with a picture of them two on the front. Boy,
Nice
ooh,
one.
yes, that's my next T-shirt.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Y'all y'all wild as hey, yeah, we most definitely we're an hour and 20 minutes into the
I mean,
show.
that's why we need titles, though. You know what I'm saying? Well, then she had a title and he messed it up. He didn't care about it until she put a him on him. now,
Right.
now, now it's frivolous. Now we're in our, we're a little upset.
Dang. Why did we
And I can attest to her because I was in a similar situation and it was all fun and games till I pulled a him on him. Now him can't handle the him that was
Hmm.
pulled, but I sat quietly. He plotted, I plotted. He played. He see. I came to play chess. He was playing checkers the entire
Hmm.
time. And then when I flipped the script on him, now he's hurt.
ladies, I'm gonna let y'all get
I'm
I'm gonna let
sorry.
y'all get all Cicely, you've been real quiet over there. Cicely been real
Look,
quiet. Nobody knows Cicely.
my husband's
Cicely.
watching.
King, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Yeah, King looking like, hey, what you don't say nothing now. Boy, right over here. King probably still got his work boots on.
Juggernaut says she's turning into a 304. What example does that for kids? How is explain yourself, sir? How is she doing that?
With her booty tooted up and Stephon
Okay,
Diggs.
her booty tooted up
Stephon
don't mean
Diggs.
that she
Stephon.
her
Hold
booty
on, hold
tooted
on,
up.
hold on, hold on,
She
hold on.
was doing all of that with her
Her
husband, though.
booty toot. That's her husband.
Thank you.
That's her husband.
And how
Her
she a
booty
hoe because
tooted up with Stephon Diggs smacking it from behind, throwing ones on it while he gripping another girl's booty.
she 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 was she was
Okay.
doing that before too, and she ain't no 304. She went like five different people. Being a 304 means you with this
I
one, that
mean,
one, that one, that one, that one.
you can't call a woman a 3-0. As a husband, you can't call your wife a 304 after you wifed
Who said that?
her. I mean,
Who said that? He
Offset didn't
know
call
he
that
know who
lady
she is.
everything. He didn't call that woman everything but Mary Magdalene.
He know who she is.
Exactly. I mean, you know who.
But
What
she was with him though, right?
I want King. Ask King, do titles matter? The
She was
only
so
title
much
that matters is wife.
she was so much of a
I know King
304.
is
She
in the
spent all
background
them
shaking
years
his
with
head.
him. She
Exactly.
ain't got kids by multiple men. She got kids by one man. Yeah.
Oh,
But Cardi B.
yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So she can't be too much of a 304. Like, listen, if she was that much of that, she would have been all over the place way before all of this.
True.
And she would have gave him a little tit for
Yeah.
tat before he cheated on her so many times first. She didn't do
Yeah, I
that.
can't. I can't. I can't. I really cannot. Yeah, yeah. It's he's noted as cheating. Women, Many women have come out in the last 2 years and say that. So that's what I'm saying is he was running around here saying that's his wife, that's his wife, that's his queen, that's his. But his
Mhm.
actions
Mhm.
showed that that title of him calling her that didn't mean nothing. Am I right or am I wrong?
Mm.
His actions
Yeah, that's just it.
proved that whatever he was calling on his wife, his queen, those was just hollow words.
I said that earlier. You can string me along with your words and still give me a title.
You can have no title and be a
Mm-hmm.
queen.
That's the truth.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean,
Mm.
the only title that really matters is wife.
That's true, Juanita.
What do I need to say? What did
A
Minnie Mouse
cheater
say?
gonna cheat.
Mm-hmm.
A cheater gonna cheat. I mean, it's
That's
yeah.
true. Married or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that's true.
YWG said character does matter because one of the ladies talked about integrity.
That was me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Integrity, again, is what you doing when nobody's looking. She's doing everything out in the open and when nobody's looking. So when I said that I wasn't looking
So
at her
doing it
character in
out in
this
the
moment,
open. So
her
doing it out in the open makes it better.
no, I was answering his question to what he was stating. What I was saying was that I wasn't judging her character in that moment because her character has nothing to do with the situation. So it had nothing to do with her integrity. I wasn't looking at that. We were talking about her situation and what she was going through, and you asked her thoughts. I could care less about her character at this point, even if she is a 304. I'm just loving the situation for her that she's in at this moment. And it's just we were using her situation to say that men can't handle it when we pull a him back on him. So that's where that came from. But I'm not looking at her integrity at that moment, at this moment. I'm looking at what's good for this goose is good for the gander. So right now I'm tapping into my patty list.
Mhm.
Okay. So with that being said, how do you all
Hmm.
feel about the Papoose and Remy Ma
Oh
situation?
Lord.
Oh
Oh.
Jesus.
Mhm.
I
They
really
both
want
need
to
to
know
give it a
y'all's thoughts
rest.
on it. Since y'all
They just
since
need
you
to be
feel that
done.
way in the car.
They both are mentally ill. I think
Okay,
they
okay.
both mentally
How is
ill.
Papoose? How is
Sounds
Papoose?
terrible.
Why they both got to be mentally ill?
Mm.
For me, for me, they have been so quiet and G about everything all of this time. Even when they were on Love and Hip Hop, it wasn't really no whole lot of mess and stuff. But for you to let it go this far, but I think for her, she was just like, "Look, you keep trying to make it out to that I'm this and I'm that." But all the while, and you're supposed to be like this faithful husband and yada yada yada.
Was.
But she's got receipts of him being with his baby mama while she was in prison.
Oh man, y'all backtracking now. Y'all backtracking.
No, ain't no backtracking. That's what's recent. And so the thing of it is, it's like she allowed him to be in the forefront as he was this committed, doting husband. Like men don't do that. Men don't wait on women while they go to prison. Women will do it all day, but men don't do it. And
He did it. He did it.
and no, well, that was the image, right? But she done brought up receipts and text messages and inboxes of
Oh
him
man, they know,
being
man.
with multiple.
They said all that was fake.
Well, I mean, all of it could be fake at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
So,
Y'all flip flop. Y'all flip flopping for the woman.
no,
Y'all
no, 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 no,
y'all
no,
flip
no,
flopping for the woman.
no,
Papoose
absolutely
is the
not.
same as Papoose is Cardi B in his situation.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I mean, yeah, I was like, she's was
His
just plain.
wife came out and she been smashing all these young battle rappers.
Ain't no all. It was one. Good
But y'all
lord,
don't see it that way. They
that's
both
crazy.
crazy. She ain't crazy. They both crazy.
Eh, I think at the
It,
end of the
I
it's
day, they for them, I think they too old to be out here just doing that. I mean, that's my
I can't
opinion.
see your face, Bridget, but yeah, you got that big
absolutely.
cheesy smile on your picture, so I know you probably over laughing right now. So Why y'all so ladies, don't look at me like that.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, they quiet about it. See,
What?
Nobody quiet. That they are messy. They are both. I mean, they just messy. I don't have no words.
And that's what I meant when I said mentally ill. At some point, somebody got to be the bigger person to stop, whether it's him or it's her. You can't argue by yourself. Quit responding.
Remy Ma's the one
You
arguing.
ain't got to.
Yeah.
What
Remy
you say?
Ma's the one arguing.
Well, that's because the one thing about women, when you come at us, when y'all go low, we going straight to the gutter. We going beyond hell, and that's where she's at right now.
I
Like
see why
I
they got.
think it was Juanita just said, she protected his image.
Juanita,
She
whatever.
protected his
Juanita, I
image.
still love you, but Minnie Mouse, go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner, Minnie Mouse. Go to the corner. You know why? Quit playing with me, Minnie Mouse. Go to the corner. Go to the corner, Minnie Mouse. I don't never try
Oh
to
goodness.
make women look bad. That's not what I do.
Nah, because he undefeated.
Right.
Go ahead on, Lorraine. Did nobody ask you about my undefeated record?
He competing with himself.
Right, he by himself.
YWG said
Oh,
Papoose was mentally ill for going to see her in jail every day, and she wasn't a wife. She was. Well, I mean, she was his wife, but she wasn't wifely.
how was she not wifely? Because she was in prison.
No, because she came out and she came out and she
I mean,
spread.
that's
She came
recent. They've been
outside. She
together
came
for
outside and she
years.
spread the butter.
Lord, they've been doing. They've been together for years. And sometimes things just don't work out. Sometimes
Yeah.
you grow apart from somebody, and it's like we when we make this, we're different people at different stages of our lives. So, I think that where they've messed up is that this is not a clean break. It's just like if you all have grown apart and moved on, then let that be. You know what I mean? If y'all both in if y'all supposedly happy relationships, that should be a that should be a deterrent from you just going at each other's necks. But there's always this, we're so glued to social media, and it destroys a lot of the innocence that we can have and privacy that we can have because everything's just out there.
But why
So
is she trying to?
and then so then you put it out there that you feel like people have to have an answer to what what's out there. You feel like you have to respond because you don't want people just destroying your character all the time when like I done came 100 or this ain't that. You know what I mean?
So why is she still trying to get back with Papoose?
I don't. He can't show no receipts of her saying that. He just said that.
You know she want him back.
Really? Why? What's he doing?
Then what? Okay, if she don't want him
Don't
back,
think
then
so.
what's? If she
He
don't want him back, then what's
he he made
what
a
is she getting out of? What is she getting out of talking about him every day? She wants him
he
back.
cause he keeps bashing her. He ain't
He
made an
ain't
album
said
since
nothing about.
19.
He ain't said nothing about her.
He ain't made an album since the 2000s.
He ain't
He
never
made,
made an
he doing.
album, but he gets paid. He's got music on. He's got. What I'm saying is he gets paid off residuals. He got songs on Grand Theft Auto. He's got songs
Okay.
on
He's like that. What's that one guy? What's that? Damn, what's his name? Oh, that'll come to me. That's somebody that's like real another guy, and that's how he makes his money. So I get it. I didn't know that. Huh. Well, good for him.
Wow, they got married in a phone call marriage? I didn't know you could do that. Remy Ma married Papoose in two ceremonies. The first was a phone call marriage in
Mm,
2008. The second was a lavish wedding in December
interesting.
2015.
I think they did one of those little high school things. You want to be my boyfriend? You want to be my
That
girlfriend? Oh, we
How
can
you?
do
What
that.
is it?
a
Okay, what
strange
is a
relationship.
phone? I'm today's years old of hearing about a phone call marriage. What is a phone call marriage?
It's something that's not legal because it's not on paper.
You can't consummate the marriage. You can't kiss the wife after the you say I do, and But you just hang the phone up. I mean, that ain't no. Nah, get the hell out of here. Nah, hell no. That ain't no marriage.
They
Mm-mm.
You gotta be able to
probably
That's an
won't
kiss
get
the
you
woman.
agreement.
to.
You know what? Okay, I got five ladies. I got four ladies on her.
But
I have
some
a
people
question,
don't.
and it's off the subject. It's off the subject, but I want to know how do you all feel about Travis Hunter marrying his wife with no prenup? As women that have male children, women that have children, and they don't have to be male. How do y'all feel about Travis Hunter marrying that girl with no prenup?
I feel
So
like he's just the
being
sweetest little
I
precious
think it's
little thing that ever could be. And we just gonna pray that he's just gonna be happy with whatever comes.
If she leave him, it's gonna crush him.
mm-hmm.
It was
It's gonna hurt him to the core. He may have to take a year off from
Rip
football when
his.
she.
Yeah,
well,
ain't gonna take him to the bank. I don't
She
agree.
wanted to get married in Tennessee.
I think when
He
anytime,
should have got a break.
huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, ladies, I'm gonna have all of y'all back because there's gonna be other topics that I'm gonna need y'all's input on. It'll be, it'll be easiest.
You gonna
It'll
have
be
to come up with
easier
a good
stuff
topic.
than always, always. But Travis Hunter was a. I don't want to call him a fool. He was young, and this is what let me know that he was he. Deion Sanders didn't even show up to the wedding, and they said everybody at the wedding looked like they was at a funeral.
mm.
Deion didn't show up to the wedding. Yeah, I agree.
It's
He said he wasn't giving
for
his
sure.
blessings, huh?
I don't even remember seeing pictures of his mother, but she seemed to be supportive
It's
when at the draft. So maybe she was out sick.
What was you gonna say, Cecily?
yeah. I I don't agree with him marrying her without a prenup. I mean, when you have a
Yeah,
lot of money or expected to have a
I
lot of
put
money,
I put LJ in the headlock if he come home and say he gonna marry somebody without a prenup.
man, you talk about
Yeah,
she trying to lock him down.
we
Like
not doing
no, over my dead body.
And that's for me. I
lady.
mean, I
Go
think
ahead.
if you have some things that are established, even if you're not super rich, it is very important to have things established because when you come into a marriage or you commit, like you are supposed to go in it together, but I think everybody thinks about it from the heart as opposed to really thinking about it in reality, and you have to put things in perspective. When we live life, we can't just live life without a plan. And it's like, seriously, it's yeah, you do marry for love, you should, but it is also, again, it's a transaction. You cannot just go in it blindly. And like for me, when I'm talking about uh, a house that somebody don't help me pay the mortgage on, or a car that I bought, but because we're married, we have to talk about that as if it's an asset. You listen.
Mm.
That's the first episode of First 48 season 12. I
What?
mean, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Like seriously, it just has to be discussions. So poor child, bless his soul. That's probably his first. He probably ain't haven't had none before that. He's probably happy and no shade because bless his little heart, but he's just happy that he got that little girl because she pretty and looks or whatever and all blah blah blah. As long as it makes him happy, that's great. But then when because he's young, when he gets in another 5 and 10 years, when he starts to look at life different because he's going to mature a little bit more, then it's going to be a sad case. It could be, maybe they'll be together forever. They said the same thing about Vanessa when Kobe Bryant married her too. I mean, if she
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 didn't go
stayed
nowhere.
committed to
Mm-hmm.
him.
They
Hmm.
did.
She didn't go nowhere. She still ain't went nowhere.
Yeah, no, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That, but they said the same thing about her,
It'd be crazy if she
and he
did.
cheated and did all kinds of stuff, huh?
Hey, hey. Well,
I mean,
this was,
she'll be crazy. And this little girl will be crazy. Too. That's a
oh,
money
now she won't
bag.
be crazy. She'll be half a mil. She'll be half of whatever he got rich.
He still said without makeup,
No,
she's
I
a
need all
Texas.
of that.
Yeah, he said without makeup, she's a Texas five. What is
Who
a
he,
Texas?
who
What is
who's
a
he
Texas?
talking about?
He talking about
Talking
his
about
wife,
talking about
Travis
Travis
Hunter's
Hunter's
wife.
girl. Hey,
Oh, he
Texas
said a
five.
Texas five. What is that? The standard? Oh, please school me on that. What is that? I want to use that in my day to day. I want to add that to my vocabulary. What is that?
Hey, without makeup, without makeup, she's a Texas five.
Because they won't know, and I love it for me. Please explain.
So this was
Oh,
the
Oh
first
God.
ladies roundtable. I
Google
can
that.
say that we will most definitely be doing this again. But I'm gonna let the ladies have the last word on why titles matter. And I will concede that the ladies had a better argument tonight about why titles matter. And I learned some things tonight. I can learn. It don't mean I'm going to add it to my repertoire, but I learned some things tonight. But titles, the only title, I'm still going to say this. I'm still going to say this, that the only title that matters is wife and husband. TMI Santiago, what's going on, my brother? TMI Santiago. If y'all want to know what's going on in Thailand, go over and check the page out. Too much information. I warned you. Go check out my man TMI Santiago. He's gonna give you the real. He's gonna give you the lowdown of what's going on the ground right there in Thailand. He's also gonna give you the real of what's going on in the Dominican Republic.
I like her idea.
What's that?
Juanita said, I hope your next one will be on female empowerment.
I think I empowered y'all tonight. What is one thing to talk about? I empowered the ladies tonight. I let y'all have a forum. Y'all
Yeah.
beat me up all night, and I took it like a man. And yeah,
oh no. Did we?
And you
yes,
enjoyed it.
hey, I love the ladies. Hey, hey,
I just hope that you learned something today.
y'all learn something, and I learned something. Y'all learned that sometimes y'all are wrong, and I learned that sometimes y'all are wrong too. So I'm gonna let the ladies have the last word.
Ah,
And
hilarious.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
so we're gonna start out right here next to me with Cicely. Then we're gonna go to Bridget. Then we're gonna go to Jeanette. And then we're gonna end it off with sour face, Lorraine. Sour face, beautiful voice. She got a sour face all night. So we're gonna let sour face get tonight.
Oh God. I still say that just like Aaron said, wife is the only thing that matters. Communication is important, but the only title that matters is wife. That's it.
Bridget.
Hmm.
Bridget,
Hmm.
Bridget, I know you didn't subscribe to my page, so quit playing, because you're gonna be a frequent guest on here. So
Okay.
quit playing, subscribe to my page. All of y'all, subscribe to my page. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. See, I ain't say hit the cash app because I don't got my cash app up. But hit the like button.
I got you. So for me, I feel like wow, wife is the most important title when it comes to love. There are other levels of titles that are meaningful. And in order for us when you are trying to, when someone says that they're committing to a relationship and it's only in commitment, that there has to be some title that goes with those different levels of progression.
I wasn't making that face at you, Bridget. I'm looking at the chat. Hey man, hey,
Ah, is that right?
I need to find out what
Okay.
you doing on.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I can't see it anyway. The time is over your face on my phone.
But
So
yeah, yeah. I'm with you, Bridget. I'm with you. The only is man and wife. But yeah, there's some things that I agree with. The only person that I 100% agree with is Jeanette. She agreed with me with what I said. I 100% agree with Jeanette. But yeah, the rest of you ladies, yeah, we agree on some stuff. Some stuff, y'all still got a little bit of learning to do.
I tell you what, he just has to have that little last jab, dummy.
I go ahead. I go ahead.
Oh gosh.
I go ahead.
Look, this has been fun.
Go ahead, Jeanette.
Well, I agree
Jeanette,
with you, man.
Jeanette bought some wine glasses and some
I bought
coasters.
a whole set.
She bought a whole set.
I'm gonna get the t-shirts too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want that.
yeah. Go ahead, Jeanette.
Well, I think, like Aaron said, there should be one title, and that's wife and husband, and nothing else. Because I never put myself on the title. Never have. I was married twice, so I was always wife or ex-wife.
Damn,
Mm.
damn. Okay, before we let Lorraine, I want to ask you this. Since you said that you've been married twice, Jeanette, do you think that you will get married again?
Yeah, if the
And
right
that's
man
the
comes.
question. Other than Cecily, 'cause Cecily ain't going nowhere. She chained to the radiator.
Yes, if the right man comes along, then yeah, I'll marry again. Yep,
Okay, Bridget,
I'll do it again.
Mhm.
Bridget, would you get married again?
Yeah, to the right person, but I've learned that that's yeah, it has to be the right person. Somebody
That
It's
because
gotta be. It's
yeah.
gotta be.
gotta be
Listen, if not, I'm gonna be Cardi B out here. I'm just saying.
three times the charm.
Okay. Lorraine, go ahead, Lorraine. What you say, Lorraine? Y'all heard
Uh oh.
Cardi B. What
Uh
you got?
I'm
oh.
gonna live my best life. I'm gonna be on some yachts. I'm gonna be get to
Oh no.
him over here. We smacking it
Oh,
over. Let's do it.
oh. Hey, fellas, y'all heard it. Y'all heard these ladies, fellas. Y'all heard these ladies. Y'all heard them, fellas.
Hey,
Y'all
look,
heard
you only live once. These people are checking up out of here. I ain't got time.
one of my
That's
home.
true.
Come
Yeah,
on.
one of
That
my
is so
Come
home.
true.
on, that part.
Yeah,
Live this thing out, honey. And I'm gonna go to church on Sunday and ask God for forgiveness now.
Hey, listen, sis, because I'm gonna be right there with you and leading praise and
Amen.
worship the next day.
That's
hold on.
right.
You can't be asking forgiveness and you in the pulpit singing.
Yes, you can. Who said
I,
that? That is not in the Bible.
I'm joking, Lorraine, but we're gonna let Lorraine get the last word in for the ladies. We're gonna let
What?
Lorraine get the last word in for the ladies in
Do
this.
you know who you talking to? If I told you my story, you would want to sit next to me. Um, would I get remarried again? Yes, I would. I'm not going to use my past trauma and my past experience and hold it against somebody else if that person
I
wants
hope
to.
Amen.
not.
Amen.
You gotta
That's
get
right.
rid of that before you even go into a new relationship.
That's
But
true.
it's
Mhm.
still you have some heal. I think a lot of parts that people miss. People jump from relationship to relationship thinking they've healed, but they're jumping for convenience. You got to heal first, and it's a hard thing to do. And
Mhm.
then you have to take the. I had to stand in the mirror, look at myself, and I know I talked about integrity, but I had to stand in the mirror and then look at me and look and hold myself accountable for what part I played. That's not a
Mhm.
comfortable place to
That's
be in, and
true.
it's hard.
That is true.
Mhm.
It's hard.
That is true.
I mean, you
I
talk
think
to
I like
someone.
that view. I think I like
What you say?
that. I think I like that view.
So,
I'm
I would definitely so crazy. I would definitely get remarried again. And
I
yes,
am true.
I yes, and yes, titles matter. I can't even. Yes, titles matter. Yes, that's all I can say. I agree with all the sisters on the wife and husband is the ultimate. That's the only one that's at the end of the day that covenant. That's what we're supposed to do. But yes, titles do matter.
okay. Y'all don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. 'Cause- yeah, don't go nowhere. So we had the ladies tonight, and it was a great show. I always like to empower the ladies to come on the panel and to, say their true feelings. Because a lot of ladies in the chat, they don't say anything, they don't interject. But when you give the ladies the mic, you see what happens. I learned some things tonight, and I can say that there will most definitely be another ladies roundtable. Because ladies' input is needed in the discussion as well. Most of the time I have the fellas on the panel with me, but I'm going to start having the ladies. The ladies are more fun than the fellas. Fellas, y'all got to step it up. Come on board. The ladies came in and gave energy. Now, I can admit when I learned something, but I'm not going to admit to defeat because I said in the beginning that this is my lady and they beat me up. But in the end, that is a good title. So, although titles don't matter, and the only one that matters is man and wife, actions, respect, and loyalty go a long way in this quest to find a perfect relationship. No relationship is perfect. All relationships need work. Are you willing to put in the work to be with the person you want to be with? This your boy Maas. And this was another
Lab Addicts Music Group.
conversation. We'll be back tomorrow night. Another show. I'll get with y'all on the other side 23 hours later.